Hello, Taylor from Compass here, and today I'm going to show you how to edit blog posts, and in particular how to move things like photos and get the text and other elements of the blog post to flow around the photos. This is a common request that we get, and just to show you the problem that I'm dealing with immediately is something like this photo or these images that are all audio. Actually, don't know what these are called. Notes, note sheets. I'm really bad at music. The customer and the freelancer want to be able to get this text to flow well around these images instead of just having them in line as large blocks as they are right now. So that's the problem. This applies to any image and really any other elements within Squarespace itself. And so what I'll do really quickly, and I'm not going to save any of this, actually I will really quickly, but if I go ahead and hover over this and click edit, this is the blog post itself. This is just a draft. As you can see, it's not visible on the site yet. And when you pop open the editor, this main content section appears. So you have the title and you have the main content section. Just as a side note, this options panel can show you the thumbnail image in excerpt. This is where a blog summary comes into play, and we can make a whole nother post on how this gets surfaced. But if you're ever curious about where the information for a blog summary is, it's right there. And here, so I want this, let's say I want this image to have this other text wrap around it nicely. What you have to do is clicking and dragging magic is what I like to call it. And so when you start clicking and dragging this image around, Squarespace is very intuitive about where it shows you where it's going to land, so to speak, on the page. So you have to kind of figure out where this indicator is going to go and where you like it. And sometimes it's a little frustrating where you might get this little block that you're like, oh, I like that, and then you move it a half inch one direction and it'll vanish. So for this customer, I'm not entirely sure where they want the image placed. So what I'm going to do is just kind of hold it there and release it. And you can see that this section of text that was right next to it wraps nicely around the image itself. And similarly, let's say I want it kind of more embedded in this block. You can click and drag it until the indicator shows you it'll be right next to that block. Similarly, so just drag and drop it there. And just to show you what this looks like, I'm going to kind of I'm going to hit save, not save and publish, just so that it doesn't go live on the site. I want to show you quickly how this looks on different devices once it loads fully. So here's the image I moved. As you can see, it's kind of placed directly in there. And this is the desktop view, so you can see what it'll look like in full view here. And if you want to take a gander at, let's say, the mobile phone view, when we go down to our image, you can see it's kind of, I think actually, sorry, it was this one. It's kind of exactly placed where all these other note sheets are, just because the mobile responsiveness kind of squeezes it out in that way. You can also see on the tablet view what it'll look like, and then back to the desktop view. So hopefully that was helpful. You do need to do some clicking and dragging around. I would recommend saving quite frequently when you do this, so that you can always revert back to a version that you liked. Yeah, that's everything.